The concept of closure and inquisition. Welcome to our Gospel Commentary channel, to discover yourself. Today we will delve into the theme of ecclesiology, which unfortunately sometimes disdains cultural openness. For a more complete overview of our human, cultural and spiritual proposal, we suggest you visit the website juvi.art. Mark 9 verses 38 to 48. The leaven of the Pharisees and Herod, Mark 8 verse 14, also leads Christ's direct disciples to a sealed mentality, according to which if someone is not one of us, he didn't follow us. Verse 38, must be marginalized. There is no trivial criterion that gives the imprimatur to be able to discriminate between faithful and non-faithful. For the Lord, what matters is not formal membership, which tends to homologate. In fact, we see that it is precisely the out-of-line situations that become a goad. They urge the dull and opaque Christians to become seed. So, even the community is not important, because it is thought to be so. The universal call to the advancement of humanity is divine, a wealth that soars above obstacles, a heritage of joy wherever it comes from. If relegated and squeezed into filing cabinets, the history of salvation cannot be lived by the saved. But Jesus said, "Do not hinder him. For there is no one who will do a mighty wonder in my name, and can soon afterward speak evil of me." Verse 39. With his intimates, the Master does not use diplomatic language, expressions careful not to offend their susceptibilities as experts. The formation of disciples is essential to the construction of the kingdom with broad boundaries, first and foremost mental. In esoteric religions there are models. Here no, only charisms, even very personal ones, a condition of true love. We are governed by God alone, the only one who knows what he stirs in each of us, and where to go. The standard has no specific weight, due to the excess of faith's adventure. The imbalance of love is personal. It serenely admits diversity, and the eccentric increase of life that follows. This is the new awareness of the mission carried out in listening, and in respect not only towards the intelligence and culture of others, but also towards oneself. No one has a monopoly on grace. This is a reason not to let your heart be cramped by canons or fashions. In the truth of the good, the sense of ownership is out of place. And with a language typical of Eastern vivacity, Jesus' exhortations to coexistence overturn the hierarchy between the strong and the weak. On the contrary, those who, like Jesus, are able to give everything, must not forget the small gestures, which speak of a gratuitousness that is not exemplary. So authentic, limited on a day-to-day basis. It is this coming together in the daily little praised, that enhances the climate, and does not push the weak to resentment and evil. The new doctrine of Jesus is wise and aimed at decision. And it does not lose enthusiasm. Indeed, it already makes us experience the same quality of life of the eternal, distancing us from what corrupts. He who is completely absorbed in the big, and does not notice the detail, never has a sense of the value of things, and sooner or later will end up despising everything. Jesus identifies with us, verse 41, because he lives in us, we are his royal, incarnate victory. A stumbling block, or even just a stumbling block in the shoe, verse 42, distances the mikroi, beginners, from the path of faith. The beginners precisely, those with little energy and relationships, are starting to take their first steps. They are still outside the groups of interest. Those who demand and get in the way, or give a dull and poor testimony, have in store for them something other than a pebble, a millstone around their neck and an unworthy end, a deadly existence. Verse 42. Not because God makes them pay, but because they throw away their lives and ruin others, who eventually walk away in disgust, while the adventure of sharing could be wonderful for everyone. The choice, if there is one, is radical, or no longer convincing. And the smell that is released is worse than smelly, verse 43. Instead, the community in which joy is experienced is like that pinch of flavor and wisdom that makes the spontaneous vital wave of people full beautiful. No other external defensive work, inquisition, prevention, or repression can guarantee the survival of the Church. For our human, spiritual, and lifelong progress, Jesus is perhaps not as supportive as one would expect, because no one is given the exclusive. Mark 9 verses 38 to 48. Thank you all for your kind attention. We invite you to subscribe to the channel to stay updated on our activities. If you liked it, leave a well done to support us. Subscribe, give your precious like, comment, and share with your friends. Thank you.